Hello and welcome to yet another amazing episode of A Work in Progress with me, your host, Lena Shipwata. I'm so excited for you guys to be joining us because I have a media mogul in my presence today. And as you know, we only have the coolest people on this couch. So if you're watching for the very first time, I hope you're going to be just as entertained as the rest usually are. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, and we're doing virtual claps. We always do virtual claps here, or clock it, okay? Please help me welcome to our show, the amazing Kasi Mogul.
Sure, what a intro, what an intro.
Yay! How are you, Kasi?
I'm good, right? How are you, Lena?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So you mentioned off camera that it's been over a year since you've done any interview or really been in front of the camera. Why is that?
No, I just wanted to like take a step back, man, just reflect. Like last year was like my 10th year in business officially. Since I started my first clothing brand, like it was like 2015.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to take a step back and check, okay, let me relax, re-strategize, refocus my attention on first myself, my health. I took a step back with business a bit. I let go of some of my businesses actually. One in question is Aphrike Studios.
Yes.
Yeah, so I relinquished my interest in that business. And I also rebranded Kasi Media Group in the sense that we are now like a consulting agency. We are a media and marketing consulting agency. So we now take on work per project, pretty much. So instead of now bombarding ourselves with client after client after client every day, I was like, no, it became too much because remember we were doing a lot of corporate work, so it became a lot. So I was like, okay, family side is suffering. They don't get to see me much, and then myself, I'm also like working a lot. My fitness and my health was also not too much in check. So I was like, okay, let me take a step back and see how it goes. And then I can come back when I'm more refreshed. So I just chose to go dark for a little bit, incognito, just for a little bit. But
you know what? I think actually kudos to you, props to you, because a lot of us young people are taking our mental health and physical health for granted.
Sure.
You know, we're overworking ourselves, and because we're so busy all the time, we're even forgetting about our like main goals.
Yeah.
You get, and for somebody who started in 2015, I'm pretty sure you saw yourself as a completely different person.
Yeah.
And you had different goals, and at some point you start to neglect those goals because you're really just chasing the bag, and then you neglect your physical and mental health, and also just your family, like you're saying. So I think it's such a great idea. It was such a great thing for you to say, I'm going to take this time to really just refocus and regroup and I think it's very
just to reevaluate what I would say priorities in life are, and then align those priorities with my goals. So there was a bit of a disconnect there. And the one thing that was suffering was, like I said, my mental health also, my physical health also. So I was like, is it really worth it? Yes, you're making money. Yes, you're working. Yes, people, you know who you are out there and whatnot. But that's not all there is to it, Do you have time for your family? Do you have time for yourself? Like traveling and just doing things by yourself. Like those are the things that actually build the core of who you are as a person. So now when those things are out and your focus is mostly just on work or making ends meet, and it's also tough, staying in this Ventuka, I understand. But it's not a reason to neglect like your mental and physical health. So it was a very hard thing, if I could say. It was a very hard decision to make. Even like my business partners also, and kudos to them for taking the process and respecting it, just to say, okay, cool, this is a decision you make. We understand you wouldn't just decide you want to do this thing. It was a very hard decision, and kudos to them. They respected the decision, and we worked throughout the process. And they let me have my thing, let me do my thing, have my space, and move and take it from there.
Okay.
So we're here now. Yeah.
And I love it for you. So you see, we had a conversation actually earlier today where we were also talking about how the divorce rate is pretty high right now.
Yeah.
And it's the smallest things, like in a relationship where especially because men are natural providers, they go out there and they hustle, they put in the work, they put in the hours, they do all of these things, you know, to make sure his family is secure and stuff. Yeah. But sometimes a wife is just asking that you make time to change a nappy. Do you get? You make time to just spend 20 minutes with your child.
Be there physically.
You know?
Yeah.
Be there physically. But I also want to like give kudos to a lot of young men these days. They are really present fathers and stuff, because you find men saying like, because I don't spend enough time with my child, I at least want to take up that priority of always picking my child up from school.
Exactly.
You get those 30 minutes drive is all that you and your child needs to connect. Yeah. So I really understand where you're coming from. Now tell me about this health thing. You were talking about how you ran half a marathon.
Sure.
Yeah. When did the running thing start, and why is everybody running? So where are we running to?
Yeah, so the running thing, crazy. I actually picked up running in like peak COVID. Like I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking like during COVID one time. Was mad, like I think almost a year and a half run. And then like everything, even like going out, social life. So when this thing happened, then I was like, I got into running, man, a lot. So I used to run a lot just for vibes, because I have to find something to do. I'm not drinking alcohol anymore. I'm not chilling anymore. Yeah, with the bras, we're smoking pipe. We're not smoking pipe anymore. Yeah. So now find some new things to do. So I got into like reading. The same time I started doing social media marketing, because COVID, Bamakche was like, and I was staying at home. Yeah. So that's where I started doing some social media marketing, which now brought me to the whole running thing, because I was like, okay, while I'm home, I'm working. Yeah. When I'm not working, I must have a hobby, or I must have like that extracurricular thing that I'm doing. So running just took over, man. And I stopped for a while between 2020 and like 2025. Yeah, because work got a lot. I was managing 3 businesses at the same time. So there was so much going on, and during that phase, I was like, okay, I need to get back to my running. Yeah. So late 2024, I started training again. I was like, okay, there was Vivo last year, and I was like, I'm not going to do Vivo. So I waited, and I was like, I'm going to do Vivo this year. Yeah. So I decided, okay, cool. It's a year and a half. Let's see how it goes. Let me just commit to running 2-3 times a week whenever I can, and I see how it goes. And it just became one of those things, just part of the lifestyle, man. Like, so every other morning I go out, I go run.
Are you part of a run club?
I have my own run club. So my club's called Mogul Runs. Okay. Yeah, so I started it earlier this year. But I've been like under the tag Run Ventuk. Okay. Like, so I have been operating that page like last year on IG, where I just used to post my training, my times when I train. And then this year I was like, no, but Run Ventuk has nothing to do with me, and we already have city runners. Okay. So like Ventuk City Runners, Run Ventuk, you know. Yeah. So, and I'm a branding guy, so I was like, it has to make sense to who I am. Yeah. You know, so I switched it up. I was like, okay, cool, let's do Mogul Runs, because I'm Kasi Mogul. Why not? Yeah. So, and then from there, when I switched the name, I actually started like thinking like, okay, I started training like an elite athlete, because I'm like, I need to shave time off. It becomes an addiction also sometimes. Yes. You're just chasing the clock. Yeah. Yeah, but it's fun. So I enjoy it, man. It's been a nice thing, and I love that the running community actually in the country now is so big. It is. And people are so willing to just sign up to, especially the social runs. And it's good, because for a good cause, like with unemployment, most people don't even realize the stats behind these running events and whatnot. But there were temporary jobs being created for youth and whatnot. So it's a good thing. Everyone benefits. We are going there for fun. The elite runners are going there to qualify for elite competitions. And they win, they get paid. We go, we get goodies and whatnot. We enjoy the free food sometimes if there is, you know, the drinks and whatnot. But it's a social thing. We come out and we engage and just be a part of that community. You know? So it's nice. It's nice to see. Yeah.
Now, how strict are these running competitions? Like, if I now just decide I'm going to that Vivo run and I just start running with people, what happens?
Well, you know that there are people that come train at events like this. They don't sign up for the run. They just come and run with you for fun. You get. So they're not there for the time. They're not there for what you call medals and whatnot. They're just there because they love running. See, so the competitions are not very strict. So the only reason why most people pay the $50 or the $100 or whatever that the people are usually asking for is for the T-shirt, and of course some of this money goes into now the printing of the medals and the T-shirts and all of that stuff. So that's where most of the money goes. Other than that, everything else is just done in like a community spirit type of thing, and sponsors come on board to make the process a bit smoother. So they are not very, very, very strict.
And I'm actually glad that sponsors are coming on board for this, because like you said, like a lot of young people are now running. A lot of young people are really taking their health seriously. We obviously can't be on our A game if we feel unfit. So it's a great sense of community, and it's a great sense for these corporates to come and really support the young people, and also, like you mentioned, give temporary jobs to these people. So kudos to you guys that run. But on a lighter note, I hear running clubs are the new Tinder.
Apparently.
He says apparently, like he does not know this.
I wouldn't know. Guys, when I go run, like when I do social run, I'm there for the clock. Like I'm saying, I run on a daily. So it's not that I'm going there to socialize or anything. If I run into one of my buddies or other runners that I follow on the gram or whatever, because there are some guys that are doing some crazy stuff, you know, and like running is a personal thing. It takes a lot of commitment for you to decide that you're going to run a 21. Most people run a 10K.
A lot of people run 10Ks.
The distance between a 10K and a 21 is 10.1 Ks. You understand? It's actually an extra 11 Ks that you need to go.
11,
Are you strong enough?
No, I don't even think I have endurance for 2Ks.
You understand how much effort it takes to run half a marathon, let alone a marathon. But even a 5K, depending on body weight, it can be crazy. Because if you are now weighing 125, 130 kgs, and you have to now try to run a 5K in maybe 40 minutes or whatever, under an hour, and you're not fit, because most people just show up. If you should know, most social runners don't train.
But
they just show up.
That's a bit hectic, because then what about your muscles and stuff? Don't they?
But you're doing like a 5K, Mos. That's your training. That's your and you are not like a regular athlete that's there to compete. So you're there for fun. So when you feel like you're tired, you walk. You walk. There's nothing wrong with walking, because you're there for fun. So it's like high rocks. People do high rocks like a lot these days. You see, like most people are there for fun. Others are there for competing. You see, the ones that are there for competing, you will see.
You can tell.
You'll see the pace that they are moving at. See, the ones that are there for fun, like if you are tired, like partner, take over. Let me rest a bit.
No, but I also like the high rocks thing, because you guys are two. And you get to help each other.
Same with running. You know, that's why with most of the running clubs, you have the bus drivers most. That's your guide. That's your guide when you are running, to say, okay, that's the person you follow if you want to finish at a specific time, right? So most of the time, that's your support system. They're not going to leave you behind. So if they see you, they are like, hey, let's go, my brother. Let's go. And that's the fun thing I love about running. It's like it's so much different. Like people are just motivating you all the time. They're just pushing you all the time. Like I have a lady that's always bullying me. I'm not sure if you know Sharon. Sharon.
The food lady.
Yeah. Is it food fluencer?
Food fluencer, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So she rebranded, I think. Yeah. So she's a runner. She ran her first marathon yesterday, actually, at Cape Town Marathon.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's nice. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. I could never run. I don't think I'm a runner. It's not
Antonia
in
also
me.
ran her first marathon.
Yeah, Antonia is also...
okay, not first, but Antonia is actually running.
She's been running.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, these women inspire us. Like, if you guys think we run, like...
Yeah.
Go watch these women.
Yes.
There are so many women in this country that are running like marathons. Crazy, bro.
I see how passionate you are about the running topic.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just because I used to do it as a hobby. Like generally, I used to do a lot of athletics in school, but when I got to high school, I just stopped, and then I was just like, okay. Got into business, and then I was like, focus on that. And then now that I realized, like, there's more to life, and there's more to life than just this work, business, business. Like, there's more to life than that. So there are other ways you can actually find meaning or purpose in life, and this running thing is one of them. Like, if you look, there are so many people that just picked up running as a hobby that are now pro athletes.
Yes.
So who knows?
Yeah.
If you do it for a few years consistently, the general prize is your health. But if you could get anything else from that, like community of friends, a network you can make money with. And that's why people are saying it's the new Tinder, because people are just so cool with each other in running clubs. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, we just ran 21Ks today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, people are still running.
Okay.
Why? Because they like doing hard things. They enjoy doing hard things, but it becomes part of who you are. And that then starts reflecting in other areas of your life.
Yes, the consistency shows in your work as well.
So that's where the discipline comes. But if you are not consistent with it, then on other areas you'll also be slacking. You get.
Yeah.
So that's where I get that, like you're saying, passion from. Yeah, but I'm a passionate guy, man. Generally, I like to do everything I do with a lot of passion. So it's just one of those things I want to see how far I can take.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way, because I always say I like to work on projects with passionate people. I don't care if you've only just started or you've been in the game for the longest time. If you're not passionate, most especially for people who have been in the game for a long time, a lot of the times people lose their passion along the way and just do it to get paid. But you can, it's like a chef, you can taste the love through the food. So even with what we do, you can really tell somebody's passion through the camera, through the lens. You get. So even if the person is not in front of the camera, you can tell the way they edit things, the way they move around, the way they, even if it's just a runner, the way they do things. You can always tell that these people are passionate, they're on time, they're putting in effort. They're really, you get. I also really love to work with passionate people. Now, earlier on you mentioned purpose. I like to ask this question because then you get a better understanding and a feel of who somebody is.
Yeah.
Kasi, what do you think your purpose in life is?
Generally, when you hear of, you've known me for a while.
Yeah.
Generally, when you hear of Cassie, when you see Cassie, what do you think? What comes to mind?
Wow, it's actually a lot if I think about it.
Yeah.
Especially because you really put in effort in the things that you do, and you also like to make people very comfortable in a space.
Yeah.
You are a quiet, a loner guy until somebody really like gets to know you and stuff like that. You're really just like an all-round happy person that is just happy to be there. You know, always willing to help, always willing to just to come there, and even if you're not really working, you will still take out your camera and just make people feel good about themselves. You know. But I don't know if I will be able to then summarize all of that and say, this is your purpose.
That is my being.
Your being, yes.
My being is my purpose. It's something I learned from my grandfather, my father's father. He has this aura. It's like he's there, but he's not there.
Yes.
It's like you don't feel or you don't see him, but you feel him, even when he's in the room. See, it's like, so, and that thing is like, many people who've met Nelson Mandela say the same thing, or Sam Nujoma also, same thing. They're like, these guys have that great, like that aura, like they demand the presence in the room. So whenever they're in a space, you would always look at them in a certain way. Like you're fond of the person, you respect them, but you can walk past them and just be like, hola, like, you know, and go about your day and not be worried or like focused on who they are or what they do for the most part. So for me, my being, it's like, because I've gone through so many things as a kid, man, that has changed my perspective on life. I used to be a very naughty kid growing up. Grew up in the Kasi, you know how it is. Grew up around thugs and these guys doing all these funny things in front of you. So sometimes you're exposed to that. You have to now go through all of those things. So for me, I saw different things. I even saw people that, I even had a friend of mine who was stabbed, like, as a kid, just died in the street like that on a random day. So some of these things shaped the way I started to see life going forward. So the perspective shifted from there in how my grandfather raised us. So it's like, let me choose to be this person. Like, my being should represent all those things that you said. You know, and you actually summed it up spotlessly, because my purpose is just to be a people's person. Like, and I am that, because that's how I was raised. So I embody that in every space that I go. When I do my photography, most of my clients are like, oh, he makes you so comfortable. People want to work with me because I make them comfortable. So that's my being and that's my purpose, pretty much summed up. So in every environment I go, that's who I come in as, just myself, doing who I am, being who I am.
I love that for you, actually. I think we need more people like you in the world. We definitely do. But let's talk about the businesses that you were talking about earlier on and having to shut down. One of the ones that was really in the public eye, which is Aphrike Studios. I shot there a couple of times. I loved the environment. I think it was one of the first real, like, public studios that a lot of us in the content space really like familiarized ourselves with and spend time there. And it was always such a nice creatives get together kind of space. You know? So even when I heard of the closing of Aphrike Studios, I was so shattered there, because a lot of people in that time were now obviously now thinking, where do we go now? And it's not just necessarily like the space, it's the energy, it's so many things.
It's the people
that you meet there.
The environment, No, it was a beautiful space. And thing is, actually, it closed after I left. So I also just went to find out of the closure like later. Like I think maybe 3-4 months after I had already stepped down, like officially. So it was also a bit sad for me, because I was like, we built this baby, man. Like,
from the ground up.
Yeah, we built this baby. And for most people, they don't understand, because now in the industry, like building a business is hard work, man. Building a business of that magnitude especially is hard work. This space alone is just the overheads, the hidden costs that you have to account for. And now there's also those seasons where you're not making money. You know, so of course it affects the business side of things. So you have to adapt. You know, but for Aphrike, it was actually doing very well. There were times, you know, up and downs, like any business, yes. But Aphrike was doing pretty well. The first 2-3 years, it was proper. So for the most part, for me, it was just what you call it? Like you said, it was a passion-driven thing. And sadly, I had to step away for personal reasons. But it's still something I wish to see, like going forward. So hopefully the partners have something in mind moving forward. So maybe it's not a thing of I don't want people to say no,
permanent,
because they closed, it's permanent or whatever. Like Aphrike Studios in general, the business is still operational.
Okay.
Yeah, the business is still going. It's just the space.
The space that
had closed.
Okay.
Yeah, and generally also achieving what you, when it comes to work, you can still like do the work in a different space.
Yes.
You see, so we cultivated that culture of that freelance culture where we can work with different people on different projects, bring them into one space. Doesn't always have to be physically at Aphrike Studios.
Yeah.
Like we've done before. We've worked with Standard Bank, where we've gone to places, events and whatnot, set up influencers and whatnot, and different other brands, Pupkevets and whatnot. You see, so the whole idea is just bringing people together. Yeah, the space doesn't matter. You know, you can always bring the people in a space like this, like Spectrum has this space.
Yeah.
So you can bring them again in this space again. We can build Spectrum up like we did Aphrike Studios.
100%.
Because it's the industry, it's the people.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
We were the pioneers behind it, but now, hey, we can also push
100%.
other people that are also doing it again, and then we pioneer another space bigger and better than Aphrike Studios.
Aphrike ran so all of us could walk.
Hey, you understand?
So
Aphrike crowd, so all of us could walk pretty much,
Kudos to you guys for really putting in the work and contributing to the game.
Yeah,
and helping us as much as you could.